This has been brewing since October of last year at Saturday night's main event when it was Dusty Rhodes versus Macho King Randy Savage. And then DiBiase and Virgil would get in Dustin Rhodes' business while Dustin was in the front row trying to watch the match. Meanwhile, blindsiding right off the bat are Virgil and DiBiase going after Dustin and Dusty. Nice counter. And the Rhodeses with elbows and laying out the $1 Million Team. Like father, like son. You can see the blood. And I ain't talking about the blood from that wooden chair that DiBiase and Virgil nailed into the face of Dustin back at Saturday night's main event when this thing started. The blood that comes from family. The truth of the matter. Dustin gonna kick things off for the Rhodeses. And Virgil gonna kick things off for the other side. Both teams are polar opposites. On one hand, you've got this team that believes everybody's got a price. That you can buy out just about everybody with money. That money is everything in the world. And then you've got Dusty and Dustin Rhodes, who believe in the hardworking style, believing of the middle-class American way. That's what it's about when it comes to the Rhodeses. The son and the grandson of a plumber. And then you've got this cocky Ted DiBiase along with Virgil. Virgil now has to get back in the ring, realizing perhaps Dustin isn't going to be as easy as it gets. And they tie. Oh, they were going to tie up, but Virgil going right after the back of Dustin Rhodes. And Irish whips Rhodes, but Rhodes comes back hard with a shoulder block. And up and over. Dustin ain't falling for the trap. And a nice elbow for Virgil and a clothesline that sends Virgil up and over the top. And Dusty and Dustin with a little bit of celebration. And DiBiase trying to help Virgil shake off the cobwebs to get back in this matchup. Almost barking orders at DiBiase saying, you got to get this. We got to beat these two. We cannot let them get away with beating us. Look at them and look at us. Perhaps maybe DiBiase should show Virgil how it's done, and look at that. And there's the tag being made. It's going to come to DiBiase and Dustin. Dusty wanted to get in the ring and finally get his hands on DiBiase. With this being a few months in the build up, it all comes down to this. And whips Dustin into the ropes and a clothesline that knocks Dustin to the mat. And with these clubbing shots to Dustin, DiBiase really going to work. These hard shots. Oh, what a thunderous chop to Dustin in the corner. And up and over, back body drop, crash and burn for Dustin Rhodes in the mat. Once again, Dusty tries to get in the ring, but Dusty not being the legal man, the referee telling him, hey, you're not the legal man, you can't come in. Just continuing to taunt and play mind games with Dusty Rhodes. That's just what Ted DiBiase does. The $1 Million Man is just so brilliant. And dropping DiBiase face first in the mat. DiBiase is stunned. And Rhodes, Dustin, and Dusty going back and forth elbows. And there's a final one. And down to the floor goes DiBiase, and Dusty sends DiBiase back into the ring. And now it's Dusty's chance. It's the American Dream and the $1 Million Man. Dusty has been waiting for his moment to get his hands. And here we go. And now lays out the $1 Million Man. And he's got the sleeper locked in. But Virgil comes in to break it. Virgil, not the legal man. And the ref telling Virgil immediately he's got to get back in his corner. And the tag made to Dustin, keeping the fresh man in the matchup. I guess Dustin had just enough time to recuperate. Dustin now back in. But there's Virgil to break the cover. Once more, saves his tag team partner. The $1 Million Man perhaps looking for the opportunity to make the tag, but having a hard time getting back up, and rakes the eyes of Dustin. And now the tag's made to Virgil. Virgil with these heavy shots to Dustin as he sends him right in the corner and whips him across, but gets countered. And then sidesteps, and the knee of Dustin gets rammed right into the top turnbuckle with nobody home. The knee perhaps blown out as he tried to get back up and fell right down to the mat. Dustin trying to fight back, and a kick to the back of the knee. If the knee isn't exploded, it's about to be. Dustin trying to do what he can to get back up on his feet. The tag is desperate. It needs to be made to Dusty. However, right now, it is not looking good for Dustin whatsoever. This is not going to be good. And Dustin, the leg gets sent right into the post by Virgil. And DiBiase goes to taunt Dusty. DiBiase knows exactly what he's doing. And now they know they've got the wheels rolling. They know that they've got this thing in the bag. If they can continue to prevent Dustin from being able to make the tag and going to work the way they are in breaking apart this knee of Dustin. And all the American Dream can do is stand in his corner and watch until he is tagged in legally. Meanwhile, the distractions are being taken care of by DiBiase and Virgil to make sure the ref stays distracted, using it to their advantage. This has got to be heartbreaking for a father to watch his son's knee just being blown out and just potentially having his career being taken away from him. The way his knee injuries can lead up to a year. Dustin ducked, and Virgil inadvertently taking out his tag team partner, the $1 Million Man. Virgil trying to apologize, but DiBiase now going after Virgil. These two going after each other now. DiBiase not pleased. DiBiase doesn't know that it was an accident. And there it is. Uh-oh. And the tag's been made. It's time to get jiving. And it's time to get grooving and moving, because here comes Dusty Rhodes. You don't want to be here. Oh, Counters. Oh! But the $1 Million Man steals it. Despite the differences, DiBiase and Virgil still steal the victory. The American Dream, a little preoccupied, if I do say so, with the injured knee of his son, Dustin. And in the end, unfortunately, it cost him, and allowing a stack up that gave DiBiase and Virgil the victory. Now you also got to wonder, the next factor is, what is the future state of the team of Virgil and DiBiase? And DiBiase, he's got the microphone. What does he got to say to Virgil? Saying that Rhodes and his son paid the price. And now saying that Virgil paid the price. Telling Virgil to put the $1 million strap around the waist of DiBiase. DiBiase saying money talks louder than anything. Although Virgil's face doesn't seem to be interested in getting involved with this mess anymore, as DiBiase just barking at Virgil. I think Virgil's only more infuriated. Sometimes you gotta keep a job, though. You know, but I will say every man has his breaking point. There comes a point where you no longer have to be in a position where you just have to suck up to somebody. And now Virgil has the belt in hand. Is he going to do it? Is he going to wrap the belt around the waist of the $1 Million Man? And he just tosses it on the floor. And DiBiase saying, "What do you think you're doing?" Oh, come on. Trying to use his own family against him. There comes a point where you stick up for yourself. Don't take this crap anymore. Become your own man. Make your own decisions. Don't let this man rule your life. And DiBiase laughing as Virgil gets down on one knee to retrieve the title. And everybody's got a price. But sometimes there's the price to pay when you mess with a man and you talk about a man's family. And that's what DiBiase just found out. Get some. Virgil clocking Ted DiBiase with the $1 Million Championship. Sometimes you get what you deserve. Everybody doesn't have a price. You can suck on that, $1 Million Man. And the message is sent, message delivered, and certainly the message has been read.